Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? How are you peoples doing? In this video, I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be a little breakdown of atheism. The reason for this is the fact that on Twitter, there is a clusterfuck of people talking about religion, mainly the Islamic religion, the religion that Muslims believe in. And the reason for this is that people don't really know that much about atheism. Some people think it's a belief, some people even think it's a religion, which is completely absurd. I just want to give some clarification on the definitions and try to, I'm not going to say persuade, but try to open your mind to different ideas in case you guys have some mixed beliefs. And I just want to rattle the cage a little bit. And so let's get into this. So atheism, for the people who think it's a religion, like, I don't know what the fuck you think atheism is. It's the lack of belief in a god. And when you're an atheist, you don't believe in religion. Religion to you is wrong. And in our minds, or at least for most of us, we're okay with other people having their own beliefs. Obviously, we think they're wrong. We know they're wrong. I'm not trying to be arrogant or ignorant of any other religion, but atheists are more open to reason. We're more open to science, other than we're not happy with the idea that something is written thousands of years ago, even hundreds of years ago, and that's automatically right when there's so many other modern day discoveries that prove it otherwise. So we're pretty much more open to reason with evidence other than blind belief. The belief of atheism is pretty much saying we don't believe in religion, but there's it because of a lack of evidence, and we know it's wrong because it's proved wrong, but we don't believe, we have a lack of belief in a greater being because there is a lack of evidence. So, in retrospect, we don't believe in religion. All religion is wrong because there's evidence against, so far, every religion that's come out, and it's pretty damning evidence in that kind of debate kind of form. If you know, a religion going up against atheism. Atheism wins 100% of the time in debates, unless you're a complete idiot, which, most atheists aren't. I'm not going to generalize and say religious people are idiots. That's not the case at all. A lot of people are just religious because of their family. Even people who aren't religious just because of their family, it doesn't mean they're stupid or anything. I'm not trying to say people are stupid, but, people are stupid. Not everyone, though. But pretty much saying atheists, if there was evidence backing a greater being, we would definitely believe in it. But since there isn't, you shouldn't judge that at the same level of there actually being one. And a lot of atheists like to use the whole, or agnostics. Obviously, every atheist is an agnostic. Every person should be agnostic since it's a state of knowledge, not a state of belief or lack of. Agnostic pretty much means you have no fucking clue. And I'm agnostic on a divine being, like a greater being, but I'm not agnostic on religion. Religion, in my opinion, and I think if you actually open your mind to science and all that stuff, religion in itself is wrong. If you don't have that same opinion, that's good for you. Obviously, I hope one day that you will share my beliefs. I'm not going to force it on anybody, but if there was evidence of a divine being, we would be all for it, but since there has not yet been one, you cannot judge that the same level of there being one. And like I just said, I didn't get to finish my last statement. A lot of atheists like to use the flying spaghetti monster statement. I know Richard Dawkins likes to use, in his book, he put the invisible teapot rotating around, I think it was Jupiter or Saturn or Mars or something, but it's pretty much an invisible teapot, a Chinese teapot. You can't see it, it doesn't show up on radar or anything, but, there's no evidence against it. Does that mean you should believe in that just because there's no evidence against it? Just because you can't prove it to not be real does not prove that it is real. So, I keep reinstating the same thing over here. Atheists Atheists believe that religion is all wrong, but there's still the possibility of a divine being, but there's not enough evidence to prove that there is, so we choose to have a lack of belief and a divine being. So it's like, it's kind of like a 60-40 kind of thing. Instead of being 50-50, it's there's a higher what's called belief that there isn't over the fact that there is. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that up. There's some weird stereotypes going on around atheists. They're the most hated group in America, and that is because people just misunderstand them so much. They think people call them Satanists. Atheists don't believe in Satan, so I don't understand that. I think they're just pissed off because they don't go along with what they say. That's kind of stupid. People call them ignorant, but it's like atheists are most of the time. Most scientists are atheists. I think it's 97 or 90, high 90s of scientists are atheists, and the only people like Richard Dawkins, he writes in his book, the only scientists he knows who aren't atheists and are scientists are the ones who are like either brought up in a strictly religious house, which I don't know why you'd get into science if you were brought up in that kind of house, but and people who wouldn't be able to go on without it. Now that's the only time I'll really be okay with religion, even though in my mind, if you need an invisible man in the sky to make everything right for you, and that's the only way you could live, I don't know how anyone could live like that. I make up my own meaning. I don't rely on someone to tell me my own meaning. And if that's gonna cause people to kill themselves, like there was a movie, I don't know if it was a movie or a TV show, but like apparently like people were saved and the rest of the world was left behind and people killed themselves and everything. It's like if you rely on a being who you don't know exists to make your life up, I can't imagine living like that. That must be like a living hell. It's ironic, I don't believe in hell. So, oh shit, hold on, my screen's going black. I gotta move the mouse a little bit. So, yeah, that was just a little breakdown of atheism. We don't hate, we just ask questions. We only really get angry when people start pissing on us and saying, like, stop attacking your religion. We're not attacking religion, even though sometimes religion does deserve to be attacked, especially in certain religions, like the fact that Christianity endorsed slavery throughout, well, most religions actually did at that time in the 1800s, but it's still in the Bible, so that's, I mean, what does that say? Just anti-women, and, when it comes to human rights and education, that's when atheists really get pissed off. When it comes to technology, getting involved with the government, that's when atheists gets pissed off, and we have to take a stand and say, whoa, bitches, you need to take a step back. But we're not the people who say you're stupid because you believe in a religion, especially if you believe in that religion because you're raised that way. The people who I wouldn't say I despise, I'd say I feel sympathy for, are evangelicals, because either they went through such a horrible time in their life and they couldn't find any joy without a greater being, and that kind of makes me feel sad that people weren't there for them, so they had to rely on some mythological being to help them out. Which, I mean, if it gets them through it, all power to them, but there could have been, it would have been nice to know that there was someone to help them out, and the fact that there isn't really just makes me question humanity. And those people I have sympathy for, but the people who knock on your door and say you're gonna go to hell, and that you're gonna burn forever, and if you don't, what did they say? If you don't repent, if you don't repent, you're going straight down to hell with Satan himself, and get to roast some marshmallows, and So anyway, that's my little 2 cents on atheism. If you guys enjoyed the video, wow, 10 minutes. I gotta cut this video down a little bit, so maybe it'll be 9 minutes because I said a lot of uhs and ums. So I'm going to try to cut it down. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, check out my Twitter. I might put in the link below. If not, it's twitter.com/Mr11Legend97. I will see you guys in the next video, guys. Peace.